It's Mrs. Oaks and Leonard coming at you with some math. I hope you're ready for this. So grab your pencil and a booklet and turn on your math brain and let's get started. Hey grade 5, let's do some math. Today we're working on measurement. So it is asking, the first question is asking what is perimeter? Now I'm going to remind you, I always say, so the perimeter is all the way around the outside. Perimeter is the outside of a shape, is measuring the outside edge of a shape. So it's D, and you get that for a rectangle, length times width, L times W equals perimeter. Okay, number 2, what time is it? What's the time, Mrs. Oaks? So we look here and we look at our hour hand. Okay, it's in between 12 and 1, so it's still 12, and we're going to count our minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20. It is 12, 20. Okay, number 3. 1 kilometer is how many decimeters? Now, DM does not mean direct message. Well, it does in another language, but in math language, DM means decimeter. A decimeter, I actually have a handy dandy measuring tape right here to show you how long a decimeter is. So a decimeter is 10 centimeters. Look here. 10 centimeters. 0, 10. 10 centimeters. A decimeter is 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters. So a kilometer has 1,000 decimeters. 1 km, I don't know why I'm yelling that, it's so exciting, is 1,000 decimeters. Okay, 1 kilometer is 1,000 decimeters. What unit of measurement would you use to find the mass of a grain of sand? Okay, you'd probably want milligrams. It's not even a gram, a milligram, mg. Milligram. And a milligram is the same as a thousandth of a gram. Okay, so it's 1,000th of a gram. So that would be good for 1 grain of sand because it doesn't weigh very much. Larry's stride is about 70 centimeters. It took him 8.5 strides to measure the length of his pool. About how long is the pool? I'm going to use my board and we're going to draw this one out. You could also, so there is 70 centimeters to his stride. His stride's about 70 centimeters times about 8.5, so 8.5. Okay, 8.5 strides. So let's first, I'm drawing and realizing you can't see my board. So first, let's figure, we'll put the half over here. We'll think about it later. That's 0.5 means a half. So let's do 70 times 8. 8 times 7 is 56. The 70 makes it 560. Now, the half a stride, so half of 70. So let's break 70 into 2 equal groups to find out half of 70. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Wait, that doesn't work. My last one I'm going to, so this is 10, 10, 10, 30. 10, 10, 10, 30. Okay, and then I have 1 to break up. So half of a stride would be 10, 20, 35. 35. So his pool is about 560 plus 35. And I drew it out. I don't know if that made it easier or more confusing, but I split 70 in half. So I put 2 baskets and I split them in half. And that got me 35. So 560 plus 35 is 595. About. So we would say about 595 centimeters. I keep wanting to turn my page so it's easier for me to write. About 595 centimeters, or about 6 meters. Because that's like that much off of 6 meters. So about 6 meters would be a good estimate. Okay, Tabitha. Tabitha keeps track of the weather for 10 days. Out of those 10 days, 3 were cloudy, 5 were sunny, and 2 were rainy. What fraction of the days were sunny? Now, we've been practicing this parts of a set, right? Parts of a set. So she kept track of the weather for 10 days. So we know that our denominator, our bottom number, is going to be 10, right? And 10, so we had cloudy was 3 days. 5 was sunny, were 5 days. And rainy was 2 days. Okay, so I drew this out. We know that it's going to be out of 10 days. Okay, we have 3 cloudy, 5 sunny, and 2 rainy. That's right, that's rainy. And the question is asking what fraction of the days were sunny. So we just have to go 5 out of the 10 days. 5/10 of the days. 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 days were sunny. You can even draw sun if you'd like. Okay, 5 out of the 10 days were sunny. Now I'm going to switch over to my whiteboard view for long division time. Okay, just gonna read this bottom part before I do that though. It says, today you should see how well you remember your multiplication facts. Ask a family member to quiz you on your 6 times and 7 times tables. Now, if everyone in your family is busy, I know lots of families have lots going on, and you have access to the internet, try out a daily 10. I will post the link for daily 10 in the Dojo post for this morning. So if you go back to Dojo, you'll be able to click your daily 10, and we will do a daily 10 for 6 times and 7 times. You can figure out how to do that. It's quite easy. And you can give yourself a quiz that way. If you don't have anyone hanging around that can give you a quiz right now, that's a way to give yourself a quiz, is use daily 10 just like we do at school. But practice your 6 times and 7 times tables today. I'm just going to add that note for Thursday to add a daily 10 link to Dojo so that it'll be there for you for the grade 5s. Okay, now let's switch to long division time. Sorry for that aside. It's just like having me at school. Let's do the first one. So 666 divided by 9. 666 divided by 9. I said and, I shouldn't say and. So 9 goes into 6 0 times. It can't fit. 9 times 0 is 0. Subtract. We have 6. Bring down the 6. So 9 goes into 66 7 times. 9 times 7 is 63. Okay, we subtract to find the difference, and the difference is 3, right? 6 subtract 3 is 3. 9 can't go into 3, so I need to bring down this other 6 with my wonky line. 9 goes into 36. So think about it. 9 goes into 36 4 times. 9 times 4 is 36. 0? Booyah, we're at 0. So 9 goes into 666 74 times. All right, let's do the second one. So hopefully practicing this is making your division a little easier. We're actually going to move on to something a little bit different next week with division. I'm going to show you a new type of division. Don't get scared. It's actually pretty simple. So just like this, I'll work through it with you. Step by step, and there's nothing to fear because Mrs. Oaks is here. All right, so 356 divided by 4. Just making sure I have the right one from the paper. Okay, so what I'm going to do to figure that out, I'm going to go 4 goes into 3 0 times. 4 times 0 is 0. Difference of 3. Bring down my 5. 4 goes into 35 8 times. 4 times 8 is 32. I subtract to find the difference. The difference is 3. Right? 5 subtract 2 is 3. I'm going to bring down this 6. My arrow's less wonky this time. I'm going to bring down the 6. So 4 goes into 36 9 times. 4 times 9 is 36. I subtract to make sure I have a 0, so there's no reminders. 356 divided by 4 is 89. 89. If you did 89 times 4, you get 356. Okay, on to the next one. So, we're same steps. I'm going through them quickly because we've modeled them so many times. You can always pause and go slower if you'd like. Okay, so also, if you're thinking, how is Mrs. Oakes figuring this out so fast? The answer is I practiced my math facts my whole life. So keep practicing those math facts, guys. It'll make it way quicker. Okay, 3 goes into 2 0 times. 3 times 0 is 0. So I have a difference of 2. I'm going to bring down that 1. Now 3 goes into 21 7 times. It's my favorite 3's fact. 3 times 7 is 21 exactly. And then 21 subtract 21 is 0. I bring down this 3. 3 goes into 3 one time. So 3 times 1, just practicing those steps, guys. Subtract to find a difference of 0. Okay, that's all you're doing. Difference of 0. So 213 divide by 3 is 71. 71 goes, if you times that by 3, you'd get 213. And yeah. Next one. You guys are probably excited to be done your long division for today, so I'll keep working through it. Maybe you're starting to love long division. 6 goes into, how many times does 6 go into 282? Okay, how many times does 6 go into 282? So we're going to work through this and make sure we've got all our facts correct. So 6 goes into 2 0 times. 6 times 0 is 2. Is 0. This is Oaks. It's early in the morning when I'm filming this. 6 times 0 is 0. A difference of 2. Bring down my 8. 6 goes into 28 4 times. 6 times 4 is 24. Okay, 28 subtract 24 is 4. Now I bring down this 2. 6 goes into 42 7 times. 6 times 7 is 42. Subtract to find that I have a remainder of 0. Okay, and our last long division of the day, you're probably singing hooray, unless you're me and you like long division and you wish that there was more. If that's you, you should go to Worksheet Works and print yourself off some long division. Worksheet Works, or just Google long division worksheet generator. Okay, so 9, or you could just make up long division questions, guys. You don't need a worksheet generator. 693. Maybe you could roll a dice or find random numbers around your house. Practice using dividing by numbers that you really like, so it's easy. Okay, 9 goes into 6 0 times. I'm gonna switch colors so you can see my work. 9 times 0 is 0. Subtract. I have 6 left. I bring down the 9. 9 goes into 69 7 times. 9 times 7 is 63. Subtract to find the difference of 6. Bring down the 3. Now I have 63 again. I just used that fact. 9 goes into 63 7 times. 9 times 7 is 63. And I subtract to find 0. I have no remainder, and I have no more long division to do with you. Let's move on to fractions. Okay, so now we're moving on to, this is still part of fractions, and we're going to be understanding a number line. We're understanding a number line. So it says we can use a number line to represent numbers. Here, we see the numbers 0, 1, 2, and 3 on the number line. So here's my number line, and I have the numbers 1, 2, and 3, 0, and 0. Let's zoom in, zoom, in on the number line to the space between 0 and 1. Okay, so they're zooming in. I could actually zoom in, but I won't because then you won't be able to see what I'm doing. But you can zoom in on the number line, and then we're going to pretend that they did that and they made it really big. Okay, and then if we divide the space between 0 and 1 into 3 sections, each section represent 1/3. So this is really confusing the way they've done this, but I'm going to try. So there's 1 to 3, right? And they're taking one number, just one. The rest of these don't matter, just one. Okay, and then they're going to take that space. They're looking at this space, and they're going to blow it up and make it big. Okay, I'm actually going to cover up the rest of this for you guys so they've divided the space between 0 and 1. They've divided into 3 sections. So there's the space between 0 and 1. They've made it bigger, and they've broken it up into 3 sections. So if you look at it, it's 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. So they've taken 1 on a number line and just broken it into 3 spots. That's all they've done. And now we are going to do that together. So it says, now it's your turn. Represent each fraction with a star on the number line. So this is 1, from 0 to 1, right? Just like we did there. So it's just 0 to 1 on the line, and they've done, here's 0, here's 1. 0, 1, okay? And it says, what fraction does this represent? So let's look here. We've done this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. And how many are shaded? 1, 2, 3 are shaded. Okay, so we've done this. Now we've got them on a number line. Draw a star to represent that fraction on the number line. So 3 out of 4, it's right here. 3 out of 4, there's my fancy star. Your star is probably better than mine, but it's not a star competition. Nothing is a competition. We're just helping each other out. So 3, 3/4, 3/4. 3/4 is right here. Okay, 3/4. Okay, what fraction does this, we can move on to the next one. That's all we're doing. And if you look at my line, I'm 3/4 of the way along. Well, that's easy. Okay, what fraction does this represent? 1, 2, 3, 4 is my denominator. My numerator, my shaded, is 1. Now, draw a star to represent that. I go, okay, I have 1/4. I find 1/4 on my divided number line, and I put a star there. Okay, next. What fraction does this represent? Let's count how many pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. That's my denominator. And my numerator, my number of shaded, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/5. Okay. What fraction does this represent? 4/5. Now draw a star to represent that number line. So they have broken this one up into 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to draw a star on 4/5. Okay, what fraction does this represent? Again, this one's broken into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is my denominator. Okay, and my numerator, I've shaded in 2. Okay, so then I find 1, 2, 2/5. And that is my 2/5. Very nice indeed. So that's all you have to do for your fractions today. We're going to go over the number line thing again. Don't worry, this isn't the only time you're going to see it. But just imagine this is your chocolate bar. Going back to my chocolate bar here. This is my chocolate bar. This chunk is your whole. And they've just broken them up into, my chocolate bar got a little extended. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. It's the same thing we've been doing. It's just a slightly different way to say it. And a slightly different way to represent it, to draw it. So again, this one, my chocolate bar was broken into 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Okay, that's all it is. The same as this is broken into 4 pieces. It's just a different way to represent it. Okay, don't stress out if this seems like you're not entirely sure what I'm going for here, we are going to be working on this. Do not worry. We'll practice it some more. If I peek ahead in my book, knowing me, I'm correct. We are going to do a little bit more practice on this tomorrow too. Okay, so don't panic. It's all good. Here is your math. I hope that was helpful and not too confusing for you. Remember, there's another video coming tomorrow to help you out, so don't stress. We'll get through this together. You're doing an awesome job. Keep it up. I hope that was helpful. I hope that if you were stuck, that video made you go, oh yeah, I know how to do this. Or if you knew what you were doing, that video made you go, oh yeah, I know how to do this. Either way, that's awesome. I can't wait to see you tomorrow for more math. Send me a message and let me know how it's going out there in Dojo Land. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.